Oh, goodness. I'll tell you. I have a boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like I've been pushing away again lately. Like I don't want to hear it, right? Like closing my eyes and ears. But then I feel like they'll take me to spots to even read in the Bible that's referencing it, or it'll be in the news, or it'll be like there'll be like places where they'll take me, right? Like it'll be on this or that. Jiminy crickets. I end up stopping because I'm so disturbed by what is being said. And it's like on one hand, I want to think about it more so I can interpret what is really being said. But I also am afraid that what's really being said is really being said. So there's nothing to interpret. And it's kind of like you can't put a spin on it kind of thing. And so if that's the case, right? So if there's really this, like, oh God, sorry. Just got a wave of nausea. Sorry. If that's the case, right, like that some of these people are as disturbing as they say they are, and they're doing the things that they're saying they are, how does one become that way? Oh. It's one thing when I'm so disturbed right now. I'm sorry. Oh God. It's one thing when it's like it's taking everything up to an entirely new notch, right? It's like we're still trying to digest so much, but they keep shoving it down our throat, right? Like it's like we keep hearing horrific thing after horrific thing, which also implies, sadly, that there's more horrific stuff buried in between, and or just wait, a bigger wallop's coming, right? Like it's kind of that idea. It's like, oh, it can't possibly, but I'm telling you, beyond nauseous. And sorry, I am trying to get all this out. It's like some of the stuff is really truly I can't. It's like I freeze every time they go to have me think about it or show me something, because I'm like, I don't know that I can even entertain. I don't know that I can even entertain the thought to go deeper into understanding any of it, because it's not sensible and it's beyond. So it's like even like when we hear people do things for money, and people do horrific stuff for money, but it's like meaning even like they'll sell their soul, like that idea, right? But for money, and it's like, oh, horrific. But now the stuff that you hear, it's like, God, I thought it was horrific when you all sold out for money, but now you're doing what? And why? And what? And why? Right? Like it's just so what? It is beyond our comprehension. It does seem sci-fi. It does, like, honest to God, I think that's why they keep taking me to places, because I shut it down. But because it's also like, this can't be true. What the fuck are you taking me to? Like, what is this? Right? Like, is this fake? Is this AI? Like, what the fuck is this? But then, sadly, that also is like perfect timing, perfect play out, right? Like, you've been inundated by watching so much, and there's been so much subtle stuff going on in the background that's subconsciously programming you, so you don't even realize you're being programmed. Next thing you know, you're slipping and sliding into all types of things that you didn't realize you were programmed into doing, so you can't even verbalize or understand how or why. And it's, because that was all those shows you watched, you didn't realize all that was the background. Or you didn't realize, like, all these little things that are happening 24/7, and they can be steering you in whichever way. Like, in other words, oh God, let's not get into all that. It's to me, I guess it's a hard thing, because I keep thinking, can I just, it does kind of make you just want to bury your head in the sand, doesn't it? Like, can't we just think of peaches and cream? can't we just think of rainbows? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right? It's so overwhelming and disturbing, but it's like, can we turn a blind eye? And so this is what's challenging for me. It is. You've heard me have this many a times, because when I am high vibrational, when I am focused in the right way, when I am magnetic that way, you don't even hear about this stuff. You're not even a magnet for it to even hear about it, right? Like, you can't even. And so it does almost feel like you're burying your head in the sand. And then sure enough, you'll hear people screaming about it from the rooftops. It's almost like you can't avoid it. It's like they're bringing it into, but then he'll claim there's no insertion. So then it's like, oh, what the fuck? And fuck. Yeah, I mean, I guess because I'm sorry, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how could you turn your back on that and not, but what can you do, right? So it's like all this stuff that is so, I guess it is like the tale as old as time. Because some stuff, I mean, it's like the basic fucking rule, do unto others as you want done unto you. And that is not being followed here. That is not being followed here. But people don't seem to care. Why is that? Do they not, it's like they think they're too far gone, so who cares? Or are they so deep in the well that they, what I don't even want to say, but I feel like you all probably know so much more than I do. This is why it's like I know I can sound so naive, because I don't encounter it, and I do avoid, like, I don't go seeking out the news and all these things. Very rarely. Every now and then I do, but only if I'm led or guided to. And oh man. Yeah. I don't even know. It's like we talk about so many times, like when you're so deep in the well, you really can't hear, and I get that, but sorry, I just hit the play button on something. It's like when we're so deep in the well, we really can't hear. And I do get that. But I feel like this is not that. In other words, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely have done things I've shared with you. It's only happened in the past. I mean, it's happened to all of us our whole life. But I will say in the past 6 years, I will say ever since my divorce, man, did shit start getting wonky. The stuff that has occurred since then, never in my life. It literally feels like, it did feel like a tremendous amount of people were out to get me because of the things that were going on. It took a tremendous amount of effort on my part to really wrangle my mind, check my ego, figure out what I was calling in, what the fuck is happening. I got closer to the universe than I'd ever had before. Like, stuff really, I mean, it was like out of a movie. It was so sci-fi. And then months later, years later, I would hear things in the news that were happening to me years prior. And it was like, now, wait a minute, right? Like, wacky stuff. Now, all that said, even in times when I would behave in ways that, you know, looking back after that time frame, or even right afterwards, I would be like, what the fuck just happened? How did that occur, right? Like, that's so not me. Like, it did almost feel like somebody was manipulating my mind, as if literally somebody was going in and wiring things around and having me do or say things. And it was like, then I would snap out of it. And so it's such a weird thing. But never, with all that said, never, ever, 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 ever would I have done something illegal or done something. Like, some of the stuff that they're talking about is so disturbing. Like, even when you're dead as a doorknob, you wouldn't think to behave the way some of these people are behaving. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm suggesting. Like, you hear me talk about all the time. You don't know this and that. But I'm talking to you and me, the everyday person, where you are horrified by the things in the news. Like, it's not what I'm talking about. This is why it's so fucking disturbing. I really have been very nauseous. It's so upsetting. Because it is like, what monstrous world do we live in? Boy, have I been sheltered. Boy, have I been sheltered. Truly. I'm almost 50. And how is it that, I had no idea. No idea that people behave like this or thought like this. You've heard me mention before, I've seen scary movies, and I don't do well with them. They are just horrific to me. And I've seen some horror. The one they're showing right now is Hannibal Lecter, right? Like, horrific, right? Like, beyond disturbing. It's like, who came up with that? Who thought of that? Who wrote that? Who produced that? Who directed that? Like, what was, right? Like, that disturbing. And there's lots out there like that. I can't, it's like I can watch one every 10 years, but maybe every 20 years, right? Like, it's like, who can digest that shit? And even that, I probably didn't see all the way through. I'm just thinking, like, do I know the whole story? I don't think I do. But that's typical of me. If I was watching something and I couldn't handle it, I probably did fast forward through certain parts or leave the room or whatever the case. Because who needs that sickness in one's head? But other people don't, they're not disturbed by it, right? Like, meaning, like, I don't know how you can't be disturbed by something like that, but that's because that's me, right? Like, other people, I guess, are able to separate themselves enough. I don't know. But then here we are now in 2026. And again, who knows? Like, maybe this is old news. I didn't look at that stuff. Maybe it's been in the news for a little bit longer, this disturbing idea of what people are doing. But then it does beg the question. It is kind of like what I've suggested to you about, they hated themselves or they sold themselves out to the devil long ago. So you see the shell of the human and you think that's that human. Oh no, that human soul has been snatched out of that body long, long ago. And it has now been filled up with a lower energy, a lower entity, which is running that shell. And that lower energy has taken over that body and convinced you it's still the same person. No, it is not. That soul has been eaten up by the devil. It's under lock and key. It's gone. They sold it a long time ago. So now it's like you think these people don't have a heart. Well, they don't. They're not human. It's like that's soulless beings, right? You hear people talk about soulless beings, and it's like, well, they're all saying this, but it's actually true, right? It's more true than people realize. And the stuff I've seen in the past 6 years, really. It's like teetering on that line where it's like, why do they keep bringing it to my attention? Do I need to do something? And what am I going to do? Right? We've talked about this a lot too, where it's like it's more hot air. It's like you're hoping you're leaving the powers that be in this 3D, but that hasn't gotten us anywhere either, where we hope and wish and pray, or we expect there to be the justice system, checks and balances. Like, we all like to hope that that's still in place. Well, it is, but a lot of them are paid off, or a lot of them are soulless beings, or a lot of them, got into their position only to then be approached with whatever their get is. Money, sex, drugs, or all three or more, or this or that, and they were happy to sell out because they got enticed by it. They got lured away. But once you're lured away, once you sell your soul, once it's ripped out of your chest, that's it. the devil's a terrorist. He's not holding up his end of the bargain. So then they're stuck shit out of luck, and the entity takes over and runs their show. And so they have to fight to get back in, and that is no joke. That is no joke. And again, I know this sounds wackadoodle and crazy until you experience it and you're like, holy shit. That's for real? Or maybe not. Again, maybe that's me because I was so naive, right? To so much. Oh boy. Yeah. So and this is the idea of, I know they're saying so much of it, I can't even get it all out. It's like the idea of this is why it's like never stop going, never stop reaching for a higher vibration, never stop, because every time you think you've reached, it's like you'll never get there. Not in a bad way, but in a way that it's like, don't ever give up on yourself. Always love yourself more, always learn yourself more, because the more you love yourself and learn yourself, the more you can accept yourself and offer that to others. But that last piece, in other words, I don't know that you want to accept others. I mean, it's like that's what God's for, right? Like there's a lot of things that it's like I can't, that's out of my realm, right? Like take that up with God, take that elsewhere, take that shit elsewhere, right? Like I don't need to hear about it and I don't need to accept it and I sure the fuck don't approve of it. So I don't know where that needs to go, but it needs to get the fuck out of here. Like I don't know what to tell you on some of that. Or maybe that's the message. Hopefully the majority of people who listen, or all the people that listen, if any listen, you're not facing those worries or concerns, those horrific things we hear. And maybe that's an opportunity for you to be like, you know what? Damn, do I love myself. Thank God for my life. Thank God I didn't get swept up into that bullshit. What was I bitching and complaining about? Nothing. I don't have a fucking thing to bitch and complain about. If they all want to roll in the mud and in the dirt with their greed, their money, their whoring, and all, go at it. Aren't you so happy for your life? Aren't you happy for the stupid things you're bitching about now? Right? It like really makes you appreciate your life so much more and be like, I don't fucking want any of it. Right? Like, wow, if that's what happens when, it really makes you love yourself more and want to get closer to you and honor you and do right by you so that you can do right by others, so that you don't partake in that bullshit. And I hate to say this, but it is true, and I've experienced it too. It's like one wrong slip up, the time you let your guard down, the time you're like, you like give a pass. You're like, well, that's not the time to do it, right? It's like you just you cannot in this day and age and in this world put somebody else's alignment ahead of your alignment, ever. You have to love yourself first and foremost. You have to be fully aligned first and foremost. You cannot move from out of your alignment. You can't. You have to wait until you're in alignment. And if you miss something because you're looking to get in alignment, oh well, then maybe you were meant to miss it. But don't move from fear. Funny I'm saying that, and I just did something where I was questioning, see, I do it even over dumb stuff, but even over something not dumb, but I was questioning to do it or not, where it was just an inquiry, but I was like, do I even bother? And it wasn't moving from fear, but it kind of was, because I was like, well, I think it is time sensitive. So I guess I should. It doesn't mean I have to do anything, but I can at least inquire. Yeah. And who knows, like maybe I would have, I don't know. But I even now, I don't know that I'm even in full alignment for that. Meaning I could sit here and argue either side. Yeah. And that was part of the reason I sent it, was like, well, I'm just inquiring, that's all that is. And not making any decisions at this time. Anyway. It's like, I want to say stay safe out there. But it's like, we don't have to live like that or think like that or be like that. I actually don't want you to be like that at all. I'd rather you spend all your time and energy, any spare time you have, focusing on loving yourself, honoring yourself, get in alignment with yourself, get as connected to your higher self as you can so you can get your direct guidance. And it's like the more you practice that, in loving you, honoring you, staying aligned with you, staying true to you, so that you're coming from your highest and best with your highest and best intentions for yourself and for others, it's just easy. It's natural. It's an easier flow. But I think that's it. I think that's what we all need to start doing more and more and more and more and more and more. Because otherwise, this is what happens. We get tripped up in the noise that's out there. And the noise that's out there really can rip us from our high vibration and have us, I was going to say, instead of fretting, but it's fright. It's fright and fear. It is fretting. It's upset and worry. And, well, that's not doing anybody any good. That's interesting. I think that's a point to hit on, because we were talking about that last night, where there was an energy that came through, and it was something about news, or it was something, but there was something. They were very insistent. What was it? I keep wanting to say news. I forget the whole thing. I should have recorded it then, but it was something, and they were very, very, really angry, insistent. And I remember saying, don't take this the wrong way, but who the fuck are you? Who cares? So you're going to fuss and fight and worry and get everybody else all fussing and fighting and worrying. And what are you going to do about it? And of course they had no answer, because nothing. They're going to try to get other people fussing and furrying and worrying and hoping that if everybody's worried, then maybe somebody will do something. Well, if you're not going to do something, shut the fuck up. Right? It's like, you're just, what are you accomplishing? If you never knew that, if you didn't hear about that, would you be feeling the way you do now? And they were like, no, I'd be happy and relaxed. And okay, well then, maybe you should stop watching the news, or maybe you should, right? It's like, you're acting like worrying is a good thing because you feel like worrying is doing your part. You're not doing your part, worrying. What is that, martyrdom? What is that mentality? That mentality of, I can't do anything, so I'm going to pretend I'm going to do, my worrying is my way of doing something. Ailing your body, making yourself sick is a way of doing something. How again? What's the logic? What's the saying? You can't help others if you can't help yourself. Well, so you're actually going against even that. You worrying means you're making yourself sick. So then not only can you not help yourself, now you can't help others. So what good is that? Really, we really have to be kinder to ourselves and love ourselves more and set that example more. And talk about your life, talk about your experiences, do your art, and however, maybe you do visual art, or you do painting, or you do singing, or you do something with the lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, and put it out in a beautiful form, in a form that sings to your heart, and it's from your heart, from your lessons, from your truth. That's important too. That's been coming through a lot. It's like people aren't speaking their truth. They're speaking other people's truth. I don't know, it was weird what they were implying or showing. They were showing, it's like, it would be like somebody listening to me and then trying to do art off of my art, right? And it's like, it's just not coming from their soul, right? It doesn't hit the same, and it's disturbing. And it's like, don't cheat yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. Love and honor yourself. Learn yourself. Figure yourself. I'm almost 50 and I've just started doing this in recent years. It's not like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. It doesn't matter your age. And if you're in your 20s or 30s and are like, well, I don't have what you have. I don't have your skill, or I don't have good, because you're not me and I'm not you. Let's see your unique self. Let's see your authentic self. Show us you. There's already me, so we don't need another me. We need you. We need one of everyone. We don't need duplicates out there. And just because my truth might resonate with your truth, you need to know your truth. You need to discover and uncover your truth. You need to learn your own lessons the way that you do, so that you can put out your art in your form. I mean, that's what people want. Aren't you craving that? I'm craving to see and hear and experience new. It's so delightful when you come across somebody saying something, doing something, showing something that is, I mean, it's all the same, but it's fresh because it's their spin. It's from them. It's from their heart. They're showing me now, like, there's dancers, like certain dancers I love to watch them. It's phenomenal. And you can see that it's coming from deep within. It's like literally their soul is moving their body, you know? Meaning, like, not even the choreographed. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about, like, you see people just dance and it just pours out of them. I mean, some people really can move, but you can see that it's them, right? It's like something in them is lit up inside and they're just flying, right? Like it's just spilling out of them. And when you watch them, you're like, God, they're beautiful, because it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to see that, to witness that, to watch that. And so could you imagine if everybody did them uniquely, like they were their authentic self? It would be all of that times 8 billion. How fucking spectacular. Could you imagine? I mean, it would be so marvelous to be that lit up, that excited, that authentic all day, every day. Oh, God, I'd love to be surrounded by that. That raw, that real, all the time. Everywhere you turned, it would be new. It would be so refreshing. It would be just, I'm just thinking, like, God, we would be smiling out the wazoo. You couldn't wipe the smiles off our faces if we were that way. Oh, all right. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.